Yes, Manly, one win from their 3 starts. They have a decided advantage head-to-head against the Roosters. We go into tonight the 128th meeting of the two clubs. Plenty of smiles with the Manly boys as they run out down the tunnel here. Weather again brilliant in Sydney today. Lovely night for football. And Brett Stewart, yes, it was an ominous return, wasn't it, Monday night against the Sharks?
Yeah, a couple of special pieces of play at Brookvale Oval, and there's no doubt that their attack was a lot smoother with him at the back.
Well, here he is, accompanied by young members of the Clavelli Crocodiles. Sean Kenny-Dow with the honour of leading the Roosters out. What a story. You've heard the backpacker yarn many, many times, but here he is tonight, only the 7th Rooster to hit that 200-game milestone, and that is certainly a stat to be reckoned with.
Look, and he's been terrific for them over a long time now, and he was their best player against the Cowboys last week. Made some terrific runs. I'm sure he's in for a big one tonight. He's had his ups and downs, Kenny-Dow, whether it's on the wing or in the centres. He's one of the most experienced out there tonight. It is a young Roosters outfit. You mentioned how inexperienced the bench was. Well, Latrell Mitchell's played 3 games.
Brendan Elliott, he's only had 9 NRL games in the centres. A lot of pressure on that man, the number 12, but he'll start at 5'8", Aiden Guerra. Origin and Test player.
I think they've given us an indication how they're going to play, and I guess Guerra has been placed on that side of the field for his defensive efforts.
Let's have some fun here at Allianz Stadium. Second match on Super Saturday here on Fox Sports. Sam Moa locks horns with the Manly forwards for the very first tackle of the night. Good to see Jamie Buhrer back in the trademark headgear there in this Manly side. Jumper 18. Certainly their depth is highlighted tonight. Manly, Leary, Burgess, Lussick, all added to the squad on game day. Here is Napa for the Roosters, carrying defenders up to the 30-metre line. Kept scoreless by the Cowboys last Thursday week in Townsville. Conditions so different here tonight to what they confronted there. Here is Liu. Pretty straightforward set from the Roosters, first up for the night. And away for the first kick of the night to Hastings. He goes high rather than long. Stewart allows it to bounce. Look out. Guerra's got the ball. Kept it alive. Liu did the same. Rapid fire for Friend. Pretty good kick from Jake Friend. Back goes Trbojevic. And they go all the way to the Manly goal line.
Well, it's a tactic that the Roosters love to use. Mitchell Pearce, when he's playing in the number 7, likes to throw the ball up high from around halfway. Gives the chase time to get down there, but also has the effect of placing the fullback under pressure. Trbojevic did a good job to clean it up and stay in field.
That was something special. The kick by Jake Friend at the finish was really good. Here's Starling, different milestone for Josh, his 50th game in first grade tonight. And now Cherry Evans kicking for inside the 40 off the back of Orbison. Stewart is back for it, still the last tackle. And Stewart gets a kick away, which sits up for the 200-game man. And Kenny-Dow roped in there by Lewis Brown. Not much celebration, is there, from Lewis in that tackle. So Roosters ready to rock and roll straight away. Takiaho. There are a few harder runners of the football in the NRL. Siwa Takiaho, now Napa. Miles and Buhrer combined there. Roosters 5 metres inside Manly territory with Moa. Roosters chant goes up early. Here is Friend for Hastings, along for Guerra, fed along for Ferguson. I like that early ball. Don't muck about. Blake Ferguson loses it. But Guerra there, catch and pass. Why not? Give Ferguson a crack.
Yeah, strong run from Blake Ferguson, and I don't think he needed to throw that pass. Still had a tackle up their sleeve. He was just short of the 10-metre line. It was a miracle effort. A few Manly players there on the ball carrier, so they go down to tackle early.
Manly have won 81 of the previous 127 meetings. I don't know about that play the ball. Manly have won 13 of 21 here at Allianz. The two teams played a classic in the final series of 2013, 4-0 result. It was to the Roosters. Oh no! for Latrell Mitchell. Down comes Tom Trbojevic, down comes Jamie Lyon. I don't think they're consoling him, but that is an ugly moment for the very talented Latrell Mitchell.
Yeah, just got his hands in the wrong position. The ball's still kicking on. Just lost his focus at the critical moment, and that'll put some pressure on the Roosters.
Nate Miles adds to it.
Well, everyone's had their say. You got a pat on the head from half the Manly team, along with his teammates.
This is true. So scrum, 20 metres out. Manly, what an opportunity. Stewart feeds along. Switched inside there by Walker to Mateo. Didn't have a lot of minutes against the Sharks, but had some good touches. Miles now with it. A former Rooster is put down by Napa. How's that for a pat on the head? 8 metres away from the line. Parcell, Cherry Evans inside there. And Bura angling back in field, thrown down again by Napa. Parcell to Miles, delivers short, very flat. Trying to test out the Roosters' defence. Trbojevic copped the tackle. Mateo over the top, brilliant by Tafua. And how low did he go to score the try for Manly? At pace, fielded, lower than the soles of his boots.
Well, it was a half volley, and he's not known for his hands, George Tafua. He's known for his bullocking runs and his power. But on that occasion, Fletty Mateo realised that he was unmarked. Couldn't get the power in the pass to reach George on the full, and Tafua at speed has been able to scoop that up and carry a couple of Roosters into the in goal. He's got great vision, Fletty Mateo. And he still had plenty of work to do, Tafua, even after he picked it up. Kenny Dow turned quickly. That's what he's known for, that power to get himself across the line.
Kenny Dowell has a great strike rate in his career. George Tafua, not bad either. 53rd try in his 87th game here tonight. And the Roosters, aren't they made to pay for the error of Latrell Mitchell?
Well, he'll be feeling terrible, Latrell Mitchell. And it doesn't matter how many pats on the heads, on his head he gets from his teammates. And it's hard to get over. You just have to get it out of his mind, though. Trent Barrett, a little less animated than he was on Monday night, but there's a long way to go in this one.
Steve Matai we saw in the back of shop there. No Steve Matai on that left side for Manly tonight. And over to Jamie Lyon for a 6-0 start to Manly. They trailed 8-0 early against Cronulla. Monday Night Football. Getting their season back on track. So Lyon, game 281 for him tonight. And his first kick was a perler. 6-0 scoreline. Andy on the sideline.
Marty Tapau, Tom Simons and crew looking on. The reason we don't have Steve Matai and the reason we don't have Tom Simons tonight, short turnaround, boggy field at Brookvale. Simons complaining of a slight calf strain. Poor old Steve Shoulders, Matai, general soreness in his old age, the old dear. Would have played if they'd had another 24, 48 hours, just holding him up early in the season.
All right, long season that it is, and you're right. 5-day turnarounds, testing clubs out. Starling took the first one. Bura has worked hard early. Really happy to see him. He's had knee reconstructions the last couple of years on the left and right knee. And he's back here tonight, bandages on neither knee, which is a good sign. So Ref Cam takes us forward. Roosters defending inside the Manly half and across with Brett Stewart. Takiaho was there with Moa. Manly on their 40. Now Mateo right up to Trbojevic. He's graduated from front row to the back row. Cherry Evans right out in front of Lyon. Pass was fine. Now Tom Trbojevic over the top. Mitchell this time safely with it and does well to get over that goal line.
Well, the pass from Cherry Evans looked like it was going to float in front of all the Manly support play, but Jamie Lyon was able to pull it in, quickly offloaded to Tom Trbojevic, and there was a real chance for the Seagulls in that passage of play. Latrell Mitchell did well, caught the ball, took it back into the in goal and was able to get himself back in the field of play just to take some pressure off the Roosters.
And Takiaho with the ball. 8 tries to 2 it was last time they met 46-10 scoreline, round 25 last year. Half-time that night was 16-6 as the kick is rushed. It's not deep, is it? Manly coming up with the ball on halfway. You don't often see a set start in that region.
No, very deep to put that kick in Jackson Hastings, and it was good pressure from Lewis Brown out of marker that forced the kick to go short.
Fox Sports on this Easter weekend and every weekend, live and ad-free, every game in the NRL. They've got 3 coming up for you on Monday. Walker almost through, but between now and then, Dragons and Panthers tomorrow afternoon from Wollongong. Here is Trebojevic for Cherry Evans. They set up to the right side. Stewart Lyons put it down, and the Giraffe is away. Tupou up to halfway. Trebojevic, Stewart, they both have a go at him. Tupou is stopped 30 metres from the line. They roll on with Hastings. He runs into Cherry Evans. Big calls to go right. Crowd thought Manly offside. Here is Orbison. Roosters get an unexpected chance. Just as Manly were looking dangerous at the opposite end. Guerra, Mitchell, Ferguson, early again, Walker, Kenny Dale, right to the script. Game 200. Why wouldn't he score their first try? He scored 112 of them before tonight. Now you can make it 113.
Yeah, great moment for Sean Kenny Dowell in his milestone game. He's 200 for the Roosters, grabs the first try for them, and how quickly things can turn around. The Eagles on the attack. Good pressure from Brendan Elliott inside on Brett Stewart. That forced the tip on to go astray, Jamie. Lyon couldn't clean it up. And then 3 tackles later, the Roosters shifted to the right. The strength, the power of Blake Ferguson. The fend into the chest of Dylan Walker. And that enabled him to skip on the outside, bring in George Tafua, and give Kenny Dowell a run to the line. There's plenty of stars on that bench for the Roosters. Rhea Hargreaves, Boyd Cordner, Mitchell Pearce would be there somewhere. It's been well documented, the players that they haven't got available.
And there you go, just a little stat too from the Fox Sports Lab as we mark 200 games for Sean Kenny Dowell. Back in round 1 2007, on that same night, he made his first grade debut with Mitch Orbison, who, without injury, will play his 200th game in a few weeks' time. This is a surprise too. Taukei'aho, the goal kicker for the Roosters. He's a hell of a player. I love watching him run it. Let's see if he can add another string to his bow. Taukei'aho drives it low and left. And it's a 6-4 scoreline, but some good early signs here, Andy.
When things aren't working, one of 2 options. You either simplify everything or you make changes to what you're doing. Brandy, we've been going almost 12 minutes as we have a look at SKD creating history. Have you noticed anything different about what these sides are doing?
Well, Andy, I think the Roosters have picked a side based on defence. After you're beaten 40-0, that would be the focus. Aidan Guerra, the fact that he's out there as a 5'8", the Roosters have given complete control to Jackson Hastings to run this side. Manly have looked sharp, but a couple of straight passes, and one of them certainly cost them.
And the crowd getting behind them as well. Penalty conceded on tackle number 2. By the way, Kenny Dowell up to 3rd all-time try scorers here at Allianz with that one. Now 52 tries. Minicello leads that tally with 77. Brad Fittler 62. SKD now 52. And there's another penalty going the way of the Roosters. Well, you know, a bit over a minute ago when Lyon was attacking, they were coming right. You started to sense a second try for Manly. Quick swing back to the Sydney Roosters here. And they will start to set 30 metres away from the line. Friend on the mower. Is running as hard as ever. There's enough experience there for the Roosters, despite the players they're missing. Here is Napa. Miles has him, Jake Trebojevic, Starling as well. Plenty of meat in that tackle from Manly. Slow play the ball for Friend, but nice set up on the right-hand side. Liu decides to straighten up. Mateo had him around the legs. Bura there and Parcell. Friend quickly out of dummy half. Samoa! He got a big look at the line. Trebojevic stopped him and another penalty.
Oh, it's a costly one too. 4 tackles into that set. Sam Moa going awfully close to getting the Roosters' second try, and now they can have time to think about it. Well, if it's...
Oh,
yeah,
you're
well,
kidding me, aren't you? You're kidding me. You've got 3 penalties in a row. Go through the stats. Tries after consecutive penalties, let alone 3. Mate, it's about 80 or 90%. And they're going for goal, Bradley. You're the former captain. Go down and tell them. No.
The tap would have been taken. We'd be into tackle 3 in the next set by now.
Oh, look, I'm anti-penalty goal. I'm anti it. And Roosters, but in the context of 3 straight penalties, you've advanced the ball off the back of your first try of the night, and here's a break for Manly.
They've just had the ball for the last 5 minutes. Manly haven't touched it since they made the error. The Roosters have scored a try, and as you said, were marched up the field on the back of penalties, and that was tackle 4. So they just almost got through a whole set.
Well, they've got 2 to the tally. It's 6 all, but we dispute that, Andy. You're like me. We didn't ever play first grade, but what would you have done?
Yeah, good point. Does this go back to my earlier question? Are we looking to slow things down and simplify things and build into it for the Roosters? Is that just a little pause they needed and they're happy to resume from a set restart?
Late call of weight there from referee Atkins. Roosters have the ball. Well, I hope for the Roosters' sake they don't drop it in this set. Now that they've got it back to 6 all. But there's very rare cases in a match where you will get a piggyback up the field with 3 penalties, as the Roosters just had. Anyway, let's move on. 20 metres away from their own line. Napa along to Liu. And there is Mateo, Parcell, Starling again. Numbers in the tackle for Manly. Roosters with 55% of the ball so far. Guerra didn't pass that time to Ferguson. This is Friend. Takiaho will rip into them again. Plenty of purpose about the Roosters with a ball in hand so far tonight. Last tackle.
Left side on.
Hastings again goes long, or goes high rather than long. Stewart with the ball for Manly.
And I know it's become a bit of a habit throughout the NRL to take those 2 points on offer, Andrew, but what it does say is that the Roosters are unsure about themselves.
Trebojevic will call him back for the play the ball here. Yeah, he got up and it was lost, and then he decided to play it. So another little one goes the Roosters' way here. And I'm glad they picked it up.
Well, you can't get away with much these days. With 2 referees out there,
Box on, boys.
no one's going to miss a little mistake in the play the ball. Trebojevic takes it to ground. The ball's come free there.
Here we go, Mitch. Jake.
Now it's
Blake Leary ready to come on, can't make the change at the scrum, so Jamie Bura is sent back into the back line here. And across with Guerra. There is Elliott.
There's no doubt Jamie Bura's holding that left hand. He must be injured. 17 minutes into the game, Vossi, and I just saw him go into that tackle. His left arm is a real issue.
Jamie Bura's broken his hand, boys, news just from the Manly bench.
Moa plays it 20 metres out from the line. Friend across to Hastings. There is Liu. Hastings had to dive for cover after he passed. What a test for Manly then. 18 minutes into the contest. Now for Friend. He got past Bura, and again he's gallant, he's brave. And there is Mitchell on the last tackle, got it through. Stewart's got it. Stewart will get back. He was hammered, but he put it all on the line right there. And it's followed up by Tom Trebojevic. Becomes a big play from the Manly number 1. Jamie Bura has gone off for the Seagulls, and you've got to think he's out for the night. What a disappointment. I mentioned his comeback story from 2 knee reconstructions.
he's had a horrid run. Jamie Buhrer broke his jaw in the nines, which saw him miss the first 3 games this year. And now 17, 18 minutes into his comeback game, he's back on the sidelines with an injury that could keep him out for some time, but we'll find out more off Andy, but he said the word was broken hand.
Back to Cherry Evans, kicking from 35 metres out from his own line, down the wing of Sean Kenny-Dow.
Fossey, always a great indicator of mindset of a footy team is how loud and how well they're communicating on the field. I don't know if it's coming through to you guys or our viewers around Australia on Fox. The Roosters really high on motivation, really high on communication. It's providing them with what they need, that little bit of direction.
Well, they dusted themselves off, didn't they, Andy, after conceding that early try on the back of a poor error from their fullback. And they've just carried on. Haven't compounded that early mistake. Takiaho played that one. Hastings is with it. His dummy fooled Leary. And that is the last tackle for the Roosters, 21 metres out from the line. So Hastings is out of the play. Mitchell steps up to the plate. Will kick it across towards the wing of Kenny-Dow. He'll play at it. He's got it. He's lost it. And Tafua ends up with the ball for Manly. And back comes the first try scorer of the night. Seagulls with possession, only 43% of the ball so far tonight.
Yeah, a couple of times now Latrell Mitchell's put in the kick, actually the last 2. One into the in goal, and Jackson Hastings caught on tackle 5 there. Saw him put up a bomb.
And 8 miles with it. Elliott was the man on the previous tackle, doing well. He's got plenty of game, Brendan Elliott. In his 10th match in the top grade tonight, left centre for the Roosters. Played by Parcell. And, right side, Cherry Evans switches back to Leary. And not a great ball. Walker had to make the most of it. And a rush to bomb. Not easy for Mitchell going back towards the crossbar there. And here goes Latrell Mitchell with that Inglis sort of carry, isn't it? Under the left wing. 6-all scoreline. Super Saturday on Fox Sports. Live and ad-free. A quarter of the game gone tonight. You missed it earlier. The Titans have got to admire the 3rd win for the season, coming from behind to beat Canberra. Friend on to Kenny-Dow. He got a bit of a express pass there. Manly fans confident it was forward. Now Napa. Got through the tackle of Trebojevic. These are big metres for the Roosters here. Last tackle. You see 40 metres away from the Manly line. Hastings, a bomb. That will bring Stewart forward again, and Stewart safe as always, despite being smashed by Kane Evans.
Well, it's been as they've been struggling, as we see in the replay box. Stewart leaves the ground to take it. Kane Evans through to clean him up. But it's an area where the Roosters have been struggling, and that's getting through the middle of the field. Some big runs. Taukeiaho has been strong, as has Dylan Napa.
Now Tafua has come into it. Grand final scoreline 2013 was 26-18 to the Roosters. And the 2 try scorers so far tonight were try scorers on that night. Just a little bit of trivia there. Here is Tupou with the ball for the Roosters, and Tupou will be manhandled by Jamie Lyon. He got a fair piece of him there. Now for Elliott. And
Break, Royce, break, get
Sydney
square.
Roosters on their 30-metre line. Kenny-Dow has come in off the right wing. Making it quite a challenge for ref Cam to follow. That's as close as the right winger can come to the opposite touchline right there. Cross goes Orbison. Guerra, all risk there, trying to offload Aiden Guerra. Mateo's got it for Manly. And Leary helps himself straight up the centre. Blake Leary for Manly. Parcell onto Vave out there now. This is son of Vave in his 4th match for the season with his 3rd NRL club. Now Parcell onto Walker. Beautiful left foot step. Now the speed, and only collared in the tackle by Napa. Walker was almost away. And again with Mateo, Cherry Evans. He doesn't deliver to Starling. Poor old Josh, he was going to score.
This is 10 metres.
He thought he was through. They've got a penalty here to Manly for offside the Roosters. If Cherry Evans delivers the pass, doesn't Starling score under the black dot? A big black dot?
Yeah, I think Starling had overrun it, and that's why Cherry Evans pulled back on the pass. I think the fact that he was heading horizontally, Daly Cherry Evans, he just thought that his front rower might have overrun the pass. The Roosters have been penalised for not back 10, and Cherry Evans was fortunate that he was nabbed immediately because it was going to be an obstruction. And here's Jamie Buhrer with that left hand stuck in a bucket of ice. And
yeah, he's not drawing the raffle, is he? He's there with Tommy Simons. So, Skipper, would you be going for penalty goal here to make it 8-6?
Yes, I would. They've been under pressure. They haven't spent much time down this end of the field. You get an opportunity to grab 2 points. I would have on that occasion.
I'm prepared to sign a petition, anti-penalty petition. Prepared to march the streets. 8-6 scoreline to Manly Saturday night here on Fox Sports. 25 minutes gone. Early try to Tafua. Response was swift for the Roosters from Kenny Dow, and then they've traded penalty goals since. And that leaves us with a 2-point ball game right now.
Well, the mistake has cost them points. It was only 2 on this occasion, but the Aiden Guerra pass was never on. He tried to offload to Mitch Orbison, and Freddie Mateo was able to grab it. And off the back of that, they take the lead 8-6.
Roosters have won 5 of the last 7 battles between these two sides. There's plenty of size about Vave. Tips the scales at about 117 kg. Now Cherry Evans with the ball. It's a 4-forward bench for Manly tonight. Vave, Leary, Burgess and Lussick.
Rossi, a great article on Vave in the Daily Telegraph this week, talking about his weight and going down from 130 to 118 kilos. He's sworn off chicken schnitzel. 12 kilos he's dropped. Who would have thought? I guess some of the do-gooders will tell us beer's no good for us next.
You can't be going the old Kenny. Kenny must be eating the chicken on roids there. As now Cherry Evans from inside the 40. And again, Mitchell is to it on the full. So the 18-year-old, 4th game of first grade, is again given the treatment by the Manly chasers. And Leary goes very aggressive over the top, gives him a good old-fashioned roughing up. Tupou now with the ball. And the Seagulls get physical in this set. They are slowing the ball down as well. Roosters, you can throw the hanky over them here. Kenny Dow with it. Who carries a hanky these days anyway. Off goes Friend for the Roosters. Kicks before halfway. Chasers are there. The ball sets up. Look out. Trbojevic slides in to get it. And then in getting out to play the ball, almost lost it. Lyon now has it for Manly. Crowd was unhappy on this western side of the ground. Surprise work by Friend. Trbojevic had to slide in to get it. Hastings dropped on him. Manly have the ball on their 40. Vave's got another touch. Minus the schnitzel. He offloads to Parcell. We know he's quick. Oh, he was begging for Ferguson to latch onto that. Walker the man to play it. Parcell, Cherry Evans, he's going to take it out of play. Well, there you go. 12 and a half away from half time. Cherry Evans says, let's take a break.
Is that a clear indicator Manly aren't where they want to be in terms of what direction they're going? We've seen the Roosters and how high on communication they are. That set just looked a little lost for Manly, and Cherry Evans maybe thought the best option here, end play for 30 seconds, put it over the sideline.
Well, I've seen Cherry Evans a couple of times now have to cart the ball forward. He's actually doing hit-ups, which I can understand as a leader of the team that he wants to try and set an example, but it's not his job to be carting the ball into the thick of Dylan Napa and those big Roosters forwards.
Don't go early. Wait.
Time on. Out.
Luke Burgess now on for Manly as well. Roosters so far have only used Evans. They've got Nikarima, Fry and Bunakisi on the bench as well. Just a handful of games across those 3 players. It's an incredible stat for the Roosters bench tonight. Orbison to play it, Friend on, and Fry now out there for the Roosters. Had 32 minutes on debut, or 36 in fact, against the Cowboys last Thursday week. Roosters 35 metres away from the Manly line. 1 try apiece so far. Taukei'aho onto his back. Last tackle with the home team. Hastings has done most of the kicking, and he steadies himself for this one. Stewart's been good. It won't get to Stewart. It may have come off the back of Mitchell.
He's 10 Roosters.
In any case, they've got to knock on Roosters. So now 11 to go in this first half.
Just use your foot. Markers push up and stay square.
Players seem to be happy to want to put the high ball at least 10 metres short. They don't want to take the risk of giving away a 7-tackle set. Jackson Hastings, if you were going to be picky about that kick, you could say, well, he still had plenty of room to work with. And I can understand teams just not wanting to give up those 7 tackles.
Well, by half-time last week, it was 18-0 to the Cowboys when they played the Roosters. The Roosters have conceded 103 points going into tonight. Daly Cherry Evans looks for Stewart. Oh, Friend is quite brilliant. Jake Friend, maybe he should be at the SCG overhead mark there for the Sydney Roosters. And now Guerra with the ball. All of that with Stewart bearing down as well.
He read it beautifully. He's in the front line of defence, dropped out quickly when he realised Cherry Evans was about to put the little kick over the defensive line. Here comes Friend. Actually lost ground to Stewart, but positioned himself better to take the catch.
That's the 2 hands above the head that really got me. I mean, hookers of yesteryear. Did you see George Paponis, Dr. George do that? See Royce Simmons. Great men, great players. Hastings to bomb. His dad Kevin's in the stands. What? Oh, a Falcon Ferguson. Kenny Dow comes down with it. Taukei'aho will go close. Taukei'aho. Hallelujah if he got there. He may be short. That's a lot of syllables going for the try.
Just check how the ball comes away. I got try, sorry. Just check how the ball gets to Blake Ferguson and then confirm grounding, please.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's straight off the back of the head of Blake Ferguson. Over to the bunker.
Yeah, the ball in the air from Jackson Hastings.
And so the kick chase for the Roosters on the right-hand side is onside.
Chase is good. Ferguson, Taukei'aho, Guerra, and Kenny Dowell on the extreme edge. Ferguson actually gets pushed by Dylan Walker here. Just shoved, and it comes off his back. Now, was Kenny Dowell in front?
They're to ensure that Sean Kenny Dowell is onside when he takes possession of the ball.
That'll be the question. Has Sean Kenny Dowell run through too far? No. No.
Obviously, Sean Kenny Dowell is onside.
Well, that's 2 boxes ticked for the Roosters.
I think the rest is good. Now we've just got to make sure that Taukei'aho gets the ball across the line. Goes over Stewart, drags Cherry Evans. Was there a little... Did the ball come?
They need to review the grounding.
You're saying, suggesting a little something?
Well, there could have been. Let's just watch, because Cherry Evans hits him front on.
Camera 7 in the top left to confirm that he retains possession to the ground.
Bernie Sutton will be out of a job, Brandy. You're that good, talking us through these.
Well, let's just watch the ball. Does it come free of that arm?
Matt Gillett, is that what you're talking about from last night?
No, completely different. But
that's what I'm saying. Nothing like it.
No, nothing like it.
Here we go. We're having some troubles on the... Oh,
it's gone. It's out. The ball's out. The ball comes free. He loses control of the ball. Watch it. It's actually touched by Lewis Brown. You watch...
Look at camera 7 in the top left to determine whether he retains possession.
That's free.
No, I can't give that a try.
No, you can't give that a try. Now, it's
the Manly defender, in attempting to hold the player up, have a decision and going to the board.
So the weekend at Burnie's in the bunker. He's come back with a decision, and it is no try. Right at the death. Yeah, sorry about that, Roosters fans. This bloke, have a look at him. He can't believe it.
Come over here. He's already cleared it. There's no stripping action. He's lost control of the ball in the field. We have a hand over it last tackle.
That's how close you can come.
Play the ball.
And there wasn't a stripping because it was the Manly player who Tauke Aho had gone over the top of, who just had his hand there, and as he attempted to put the ball down, he's made contact with the hand, which has removed the ball, jolted it free.
And in all of that, if it came directly off the back of Blake Ferguson's head or back to a try scorer, would that be a try assist or not?
I'd pay it.
It would. Just sort of clear that one up. Manly have the ball. Vunikisi is out there, the product of a great rugby league college, Holy Cross, but it's taken 10 years to get into first grade. What a 10-year success story he is. A very proud former coach Tim White watching tonight. I reckon he was one of the hardest workers the school's ever had. Put down by Leary. Roosters come up with a ball. This has got 80th minute without knowing the winner written all over it. This one, Roosters Seagulls tonight. I'm not sure whether either side know how to win it.
Two desperate teams where you just know anything can happen in the contest. Manly on a bit of a roll there off the back of another good charge by CSI Vave.
Peel. The mark's there. 1, 2, 3. Peel.
4-1 the penalty count to the Roosters. Do they take the kick at goal?
If I'm going home. If they go penalty goal, I'm going off to the car park.
No, they're tapping it.
All right, well, I'll stay. Friend takes the tap, and he's waited 10 years for the hit up. Vunikisi, the Fijian international, is held 21 metres away from the line. Friend on to Evans. Another Fijian international. Now 12 from the line. Roosters lift. They've got an opportunity here. Vave was the tackler there for Manly. Hastings across. The Roosters right in position, 13 out from the line, played by Fry, now for Hastings, then for Mitchell. Mitchell, little show, now runs at Trebojevic, has offloaded desperately. Elliott does the same. Hastings with it, back to Mitchell, part 2. And he's tackled 7 metres from the line. Elliott dummy half. Saturday night, an enjoyable one on Fox Sports. Centre field. And Fry will be called to play it. Last tackle, Roosters. Hastings, he'll kick for Kenny Dow. Here is shot, Kenny Dow, he's got it, and he's got a double. 200 games, a brace of tries. Who's to say he won't have more tonight?
Well, another big moment for SKD. 114 tries. Just watch how deep George Tafua got himself in the in-goal area. And Jackson Hastings didn't put a high kick up, he put a short crossfield kick up, low. Tafua couldn't recover in time. Didn't have a play at the ball and then couldn't make the tackle on Sean Kenny Dow. Perfectly placed kick, Tafua too deep. And Kenny Dow, well, with all that experience, knows how to get it across the line in that situation. The corner post gives you a great view of that. Yeah. Dylan Walker coming across.
How good's that shot? I mean, Dylan Walker has almost ended up on your lounge chair there, watching all of that. I'll say one thing, just a punter's observation of the Roosters. They're 0-3. They're coming off 40-0, but by gee, there looks to be spirit among them tonight. Really reveling in each other's good play.
Well, you can imagine the week they've had, Vossi, and they've had a long time to think about it against the Cowboys. 40 block, 40-0. How long has it been since the Roosters have been beaten like that? So, had a good hard look at themselves through the week, and what they can do is effort, put in a big effort, and they've done that.
Takiaho again has gone across the face. Andy on the sideline.
I don't think it's any surprise that the Roosters are targeting that Manly left-hand side. You've got Tafua at the one man. Dylan Walker at 2 and Lewis Brown at 3. Normally Steve Maddai patrols that side of the field. The combination just unsettled, putting Brown in there, shifting Walker out 1. And when you've got guys like that man, Sean Kenny-Dowell, and also on his side, Blake Ferguson, it's a pretty slick combo.
So Roosters with the ball. Nikisi will come back. He's only a couple of months short of his 29th birthday. Remarkable statistic there for this fella into the NRL tonight. The Garbo from the Leichhardt Council. Tupou on hands and knees. Friend Taukei'aho has been strong first half. 11 tackles and 9 hit-ups as well. He leads that count for the Roosters. Away goes Guerra, carries Brown with him. Roosters are inside the 40. Fran Taukei'aho ready to go again. And Vave there with Burgess and Trbojevic. Now they're outside the 20 of Manly on this set. Following the try, Tom Trbojevic with the ball for Manly. Does well to get to the ground.
Well, his last 2 kicks, Jackson Hastings has been spot on. That one just short of the try line. When they had the Seagulls going backwards then and it was tackle for it, look, Taukei'aho has been great for them, but that's where you want to see someone else get the ball, and you want to see the ball come out to the edges when you've really got the defence going backwards. That one more hit up just slowed them down. I know it was a good kick off the back of it.
Well, I would have almost, well, if it was me, I'd almost give Nikorima a little crack at them before half-time. Much in the same way his brother plays the role up at the Broncos. Jayden might have really ignited something here. I know it's an interchange to get him on and then one to get him off if that's the case. Maybe they're thinking strategy tonight. He'll have only one entry into the game. Here is Burgess with it. Did his knee round 20 last year against the Warriors, did Luke. Parcell and on for Leary. He's there with Orbison and Hastings steadying play up. Roosters lead Manly 10-8. Saturday night on Fox Sports. Out we go to Brown now. And Brown has wrapped up 30 from the Roosters line. Ferguson, Kenny-Dowell in defence. This is Walker. Walker for Trbojevic. That's Jake. Manly Player of the Year last season. Will play this one 25 from the Roosters line. Again, Walker first receiver. Trying to put a stamp on it. Cherry Evans balked and then the Snake has lost it. Ball slithers its way away from Stewart. They've had Lyon drop it tonight. They've had Stewart drop it tonight, going right side.
Clock's on.
Cherry Evans had to throw the dummy and stop on his run because the lead runner had gone past him, so he couldn't duck behind him. Otherwise, it's a penalty to the Roosters. They've been so quick and up in Brett Stewart's face all night. He thought he was required to catch and pass then.
Let's go,
but he had a bit of room to move.
Find in tight.
It's not often that he doesn't read what the defence is doing.
This is the modern day scrum, so this is the way they form to get ready for the next defensive set. Lions second row, Brett Stewart lock. He will just retreat now back to the fullback, having barely bound. He had it close up there on ref cam. Roosters with the ball. It's all tactical. And Ferguson again given a little bit of early ball. Gives him time to put something on Walker. He's so strong. He's a bit of a beast, Blake Ferguson.
Well, even if he can't get on the out and beat Dylan Walker, he's making 10 to 15 metres every time he gets the ball, Vossi. And that gets the Roosters going forward.
90 seconds remain in this first half. Hastings along. Orbison with a little bit of a shuffle there. Cherry Evans hangs on in defence. He's had to make a dozen tackles in this first half. Away go the Roosters. Hastings very flat, if not forward to Elliott. Lyon finished him off, 10 away from the line, and they have picked it up. Although Elliott and Lyon want to get it on when they get up.
Did they pick up that forward pass, or was it a drop ball from Brendan Elliott? Did he lose it in the tackle?
They're saying drop ball, the fact that the scrum will pack down 10 out.
On the clock.
I don't think the pass was that flash, and ball just rolls away from Elliott there.
Yeah, he got out of the tackle and looked to pass it on the inside as Jamie Lyon hit him.
Pretty handy player, isn't he, Brendan Elliott? Roosters like him. Scored a hat-trick against the Seagulls in round 25 last year, and he's running at the moment with a 100% strike rate. 9 tries, 9 games. Cross here to Mateo. Ferguson came up quickly, came out checking his arm. He's in a bit of trouble here, Blake Ferguson. He may have suffered a hand or a wrist injury. He's gone out to the right wing. He's in an awful amount of pain, Blake Ferguson. Well, here's trouble for the Roosters. Manly with the ball, Fave now. And he's onto his back, and the Friend and Vitakisi tackle. Friend, 24 tackles first half. 62 it was last week against the Cowboys, and there's the siren for half-time, but that is the wrist or elbow for Blake Ferguson, something for Andy Raymond to chase up at half-time. This is great concern. Down to Andy we go.
Dylan Walker, what's been good, what needs work?
Probably just our penalties. We're letting them down there too easy. I think the boys are sticking to the game plan well, but just got to keep going.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers, mate.
Dylan Walker there with Andy Raymond. Saturday night on Fox Sports, home of rugby league right here. Roosters leading Manly by 10 points to 8. Roosters completion rate first half to 65%. Both teams completed 13 sets. Second half here, round 4 of the Telstra Premiership. Saturday night at Allianz Stadium. Fans at Ahi, look, it's not a huge crowd, but boy, they've made some noise in that first half.
One Mitch up now.
And I still sense it's going to be close all the way through this one. And now Blake Leary with the ball for Manly. Set after half-time, just outside their 20. Andrew Voss, Greg Alexander, Andy Raymond with you tonight. This is Vave now on another run for him. Manly didn't use Darcy Lussick in the first half of their 4 bench forwards. Pretty solid work though from Vave, Leary and Luke Burgess. Manly with Leary playing it there. He's got one to the right side of his face and a kick. Narrow channel down that side. Mitchell attacks the footy. Maybe, well, I think we'd all like to see him have more opportunities with the ball. Latrell Mitchell.
And that's part of the learning process for Latrell Mitchell. At the moment, it's just been kick returns where he's carried the footy. He needs to start to get himself involved on the edges with Jackson Hastings and his back rowers. But he is only, well, this is 4th game of his NRL career.
Now for Fry with it, socks down on another hit up. Roosters with Vitakisi now. He's back up to the 40-metre line. Again, straight forward from the Roosters as they started the night. Hastings from just outside the 40. Oh, now just like Latrell Mitchell did in the first half. This time it's Tafua.
George Tafua in the first half picked one up at full speed off his toes and yet gets one almost down his throat, George, and that's what he can do.
Well, the ball's almost knocked him out, poor George.
Let's bring it in.
Well, his first half try was, his hands were as good as you'd want to see from anyone.
Yeah. Look, it must be hard here at Allianz when you make a mistake like that, because the screens here are as big as islands in the Whitsundays. And you can't look anywhere without seeing these giant screens, and you must see a mistake like that.
You're not saying he was looking at the screen before he caught the ball.
Well, I'm saying it's there. Here comes the ball. Here I am. How's the hair look? Roosters penalty again.
No, too long, Jake.
Wait, got us with 1.
10 points to 8 in the scoreline.
Mate, you're wrong there.
2 to 4, not going to make a whole lot of difference. Jake Trbojevic loses an argument with referee Atkins. Evans takes the first one here for the Roosters. What a chance early in the second half, just as the Roosters presented to Manly in the first. Quera Takiaho tonight a try in the first half. And is held that time. 14 tackles, 10 hit-ups for the Roosters, number 13. As across it comes for Hastings, out the back for Mitchell. They play well away from the Manly defence. They just slide across and they contain the Roosters fullback. Now back from Elliott. Centre field with Orbison. The step doesn't get him past Trbojevic. Still a good opportunity. On tackle 4, Friend. Up for Guerra. Hastings beautifully along to Ferguson. He'll take him on. He beat Brown. And he's scores! He can do it with one arm. Blake Ferguson scores for the Roosters. He's one strong human.
Well, he was powerful in the first half, and Ferguson threw the dummy. It looked like Kenny Dow was in line for a hat-trick this early in the game. Terrific hands from Jackson Hastings. Had to pass it quick after Walker came out of the line, and then with all the Manly defence pushing towards that corner, he decided to cut back on the inside. Great hands, Hastings. Shoves away from Lewis Brown. Gets on the inside of Brett Stewart. And Walker, the man that had come out of the line to put pressure on Hastings, was carried across the line.
He got up limping as well. He's got the arm problem. He got up limping after that as well. But isn't that the secret? Just give him the ball. Give him opportunities.
Well, it worked in the first half, so there was no need to change things. They gave him plenty of early ball. He was a handful for Dylan Walker in the opening 40, and good footwork and strength to get himself across the line.
I reckon this has got to be some sort of record tonight. Off the top of my head, it's the last time he had two blokes kicking for the first time in the NRL career. So Taukei'aho took his first kicks tonight. Now it's over to Hastings to take the first kicks of his first grade career. I'd say that's a pretty rare event for the one club. Here he is from 22 metres out, 8 metres in from touch to get it outside the converted try, and Hastings has got it. Andy Raymond on the sideline.
As we look on to the Roosters bench, a delighted Roosters bench from the Manly dressing room. Trent Barrett, he spoke about matching their muscle and matching their enthusiasm, and that was directed at his midfield. He thought they were too slow, meaning their dominance is limited, both with and without the ball. Just confirming there is no Jamie Buhrer, a broken right hand.
Right there, Roosters, Casey. Hard to miss, isn't he, with the afro like that?
Fossey, a correction, it's his other right hand.
That's it, it was one or the other. So we're right to say it's his left.
Roger that.
Roosters with the ball. And Evans strikes through those big legs. Up the halfway. Lovely offload as well. Carried on downfield by Fry. Taukei'aho. They have their tails up. The Chooks here. Friend, centre field. Hastings, Vetakese with the ball. A try from the man on debut at 28 would bring the house down. Friend is off and running. Oh, he kicks. Where did that come from? Jake Friend. Who said do that? Cherry Evans has got the ball for Manly.
Well, it was a brain snap from Jake Friend, and I blame his teammates because no one was pushing forward with him. He couldn't see anyone, and so many times we see players when they can't pass it to anyone, their next thought is kick. I don't know why Jake Friend thought kick on that occasion, but his teammates should have been on his tail as he jumped out of dummy half because they had the Seagulls shot to bits.
They took that run. Brown into a dummy half roll. Trbojevic on. Walker has threatened a few times. He's fast. He's got a step. And another rush kick by Cherry Evans. Oh, Mitchell slides almost right over the sideline. Back he goes in goal. And now cross country comes Latrell Mitchell. Pretty strong run in here to get him back over the 10.
Well, he's a big boy, isn't he, Latrell? And that.
Tackle one, Latrell.
It was Blake Leary that he ran over the top of. I'm not sure what the problem is. Gets out of the Leary tackle. Just copped a hand from Jamie Lyon as he fell.
Tackle one, Gav. Can you instruct him?
Tackle one, Latrell.
There's not
square,
much to all
Jamie.
that.
Marker, make sure you use your foot.
But that's all part of coming to the football. You boo. You get carried away with all of that and play on's the call. It was strong though, wasn't it? His first run looking to go over the top of Blake Leary. Yeah. He's going to finish a big boy, Latrell Mitchell. And Here is Guerra for the Roosters. If you missed it, he started 5'8" tonight. They've got Nicarima still to see any football off the bench. Jaden down on the sideline. This is Kenny Dowell at centre that time. Trying to weave his way past Walker. They've really picked up the speed here, the Roosters. Hastings will find the grass with a kick, but it bounced in friendly fashion for Lyon. He's got away from Hastings. Now he's in trouble. Guerra smothers him in the tackle. Manly with Tafua. 8.5 gone, second half. The margin is 8 to the winless Roosters.
It was another big set from the Roosters with the ball. They are getting up the other end of the field quite easily. Manly backpedaling for that whole set.
Lussick is now on. There he is with a hit up. Darcy Lussick back as a Seagull this year. Jake Trebojevic takes his hit up count to double figures. He's also made 37 tackles. Cherry Evans kicking from just inside his own half and gets it out of play. No opportunity there for Tupou. So a settling set of 6 for the Seagulls.
Well, it's been all the Roosters. The opening just on 10 minutes now this second half, and Manly, it's a rare occasion they're down this end, but they've only been down this end to defend. They haven't had the football at this end. No real chances to try and reduce this 8-point gap.
Let's go, shot clock's on. 10 seconds, wait there, wait. Head in. Let's get our heads in. Head in, clock off. Out.
Well, gee, how close do you want to run it there? Not quite sure. I mean, Manly soaked up every second there.
Jamie Lyon just doesn't like sticking his head in the scrum.
He does have to bind. He can't just stand behind the front row.
Well, he shouldn't be in the scrum anyway.
No. There's another petition. Oh, Guerra's lost it. Guerra's lost the ball. Penalty goes the way of the Roosters.
Yeah. Stay behind, stay behind.
Pause before we found out which way they were going to go. And Hastings with a quick touch finder.
Well, I'm surprised they went that way. I thought, did Aiden Guerra, he just lost the ball, didn't he?
Now throwing it on to Evans. My initial reaction, I support that point of view. Oh, Evans has laid it. Now he's lost it. I think this is going to be lost ball, Roosters. Well, maybe karma, justice, all of those things. Manly will get a scrum feed, but a little further downfield.
And this is their best opportunity so far in this second half. Evans just, his arm crashing against the knee of Lewis Brown, and that's where the ball was lost.
Some Tide boys backing into this scrum. Massive push you can see there. Manly with it 40 metres away from the Roosters line. Leary now 16 points to 8. Saturday night here on Fox Sports, live and ad-free. In play with Darcy Lussick. They creep a little close to the Seagulls. Cherry Evans and wrapping around Walker, got away from Ferguson. Walker pins the ears back and slid it into the line, but did he lose it down the body?
Check for any.
The video bunker.
Can we review obstruction and grounding, please?
It's all yours.
Well, they've just got to make sure that Dylan Walker, who ran a very flat run behind Cherry Evans and the lead runner, was actually on the outside of the shoulder. I think he was. I think he's outside Mateo. Watch the acceleration here. As he
looking to ensure that the sweep runner catches the ball beyond the inside shoulder and there's no interference from the lead runner.
Well, Guerra goes in to make the shot on Matai. So
the Roosters defender has gone into the lead runner. We've cleared obstruction.
This collision here, and then the acceleration of Dylan Walker. Watch him take off. Gets in between 3 of them. I think he controls the ball, Vossi, before we get there. I think he hits the ground. He doesn't extend the arm. He holds on to it. He makes sure of it.
We've reviewed the grounding. It's momentum that takes him to the in-goal area. Have a decision and going to the board.
Bernie Alexander says try. I think Bernie Sutton's going to agree. And Manly are knocking on the door. They get the try. Dylan Walker, he's had his moments tonight, and that is the best of them.
Well, that's just Dylan Walker. That's what we know of Dylan Walker, isn't it? The acceleration a beautifully run play. The timing of it from Walker was just spot on. Ferguson came in to put a shot on him, but his ability to bounce out of that contest and then accelerate again and beat those 3 players, and then have the presence of mind not to do anything with the ball that might have jeopardised the actual try scoring. Brilliant.
Good enough to play for Australia in 2014, Dylan Walker in the Four Nations. Controversial exit somewhat from South Sydney in the off-season. Rabbitohs born and bred, now wearing a Manly jumper. It's back to the early 70s.
And even though it was a tight run, he looks much better going to the line with the ball in his arm, ready to take on the defence rather than ball play.
So 4 points is the margin. Now you can make it 2. Big game on here, Andy Raymond.
Game on here, a 2-point game. Boyd Cordner getting a little nervous.
Yeah, mate, just a little. I thought the boys started off the second half really nicely there. We've been working on our defence this week, and I think we're getting back there. There's a lot of energy there, and I think the senior boys are stepping up tonight, which is good to see.
Yeah, the energy and the attitude seems to be there. What do they need to do for this next 27 minutes?
Just play the way how we started, you know, with plenty of energy, keep completing our sets and putting the pressure right back on them, staying patient. And yeah, I think Jackson Hastings can take over and yeah, guide the boys around and just keep our D strong as well.
When are you back, pal?
Hopefully about 4 weeks' time, round 8 I'm hoping for, so we'll see.
Look forward to it.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks for your time, Boyd Cordner there with Andy Raymond. Lussick in the meantime takes Manly over the 30. Suddenly it's Manly with a burst of energy. Here is Trbojevic. No surprise that we've got a 2-point ball game at this point. On with Vave, really strong for Manly tonight.
And the worrying thing for the Roosters is that was Manly's first opportunity in this half, and they're able to grab points off it.
Oh, Mitchell's lost it. He lost his footing. He slipped. And then he wasn't able to shut down the ball, and they're there to pat him on the head again. Look at this. He's going to get tired of this.
Still on the clock, boys. Let's go. Come on.
Well, they paid the price when he dropped the ball in the first half. It was another Rooster error that saw them score through Dylan Walker. Kane Evans dropped the ball, couldn't play it properly. That gave the Eagles a scrum and their first attacking opportunity, and now Latrell Mitchell sliding into that one, can't handle it.
Some solemn looks on the faces of the Roosters fans on that replay. Walker across, Manly suddenly on top. Stewart, they may be in front of the scoreboard in a moment as well. Ferguson shuts down Brett. Tafua, well, he had a look at the ball at dummy half. Across to Walker. Walker 15 metres out, goes inside there for Lussick. The Roosters defence has to hold here. 25 minutes to go. Saturday night on Fox Sports. Parcell to Walker. Cherry Evans stands, can't offload. And that is tackle number 3. Parcell again. And they have caught the Roosters offside.
Now, smart play, Matt Parcell. He realised that they weren't square at marker. It was Brendan Elliott who came up and made an important tackle on Cherry Evans. But to play the ball, just allowed Parcell to catch the markers, not square.
And again, the decision go for penalty goal, and this to lock it up at 16 all, and plenty of time left. Chance for the Roosters just to regroup and regather. It was all going swimmingly there at 16 points to 8.
It was only the errors in the first half that Manly really made the most of. Apart from those Roosters errors that Manly have capitalised on, really it's been the Roosters' game. But opportunities have arisen for Manly, and they've grabbed them.
Lions successful, 16 all, 23 and a half to go. Tomorrow, the NRL Sunday ticket. We're on air at 3:30. I'll be joined by Mark Gasnier, Jimmy Smith and Lara Pitt to take you through to the clash between the Dragons and the Panthers. Lara will have all the team news, all the stories out of Saturday night. And of course, we don't go off air once that game is finished. We stay on for full post-match analysis. A will join us tomorrow for the Sunday ticket. Manly with the ball. Crowd, by the way, 12,271 here tonight. And I reckon that's pretty fair, given home team 0 and 3 and Manly, well, they have to live with the tag, their fans. We get told they don't travel. We ran into a few very keen Manly supporters.
A couple.
From outside, well, that's right, there was 2. Outside the ground, they'd driven, I think they said they're from Parramatta. Pass it, ooh, Stewart almost lost it. And then did well to get through the tackle of Orbison. Manly making more metres right now. Cherry Evans flat out to Lyon. The kick is giving Trbojevic a chance. He walks a tightrope, gets it back for Lyon. He's rolled his way over. He's rolled over like a big piece of pipe. Right into the in goal.
Bernie, that last tackle, have try. We'll just check the touchline, please.
Well, he's
And
confident.
just confirm, Browning.
He's confident that Jamie Lyon got it down, and that's the
Kick
only
chase on the right-hand
concern
side is
I had.
onside.
They've already checked onside.
Jamie Lyon puts the grubber kick in. It hugs the touchline, as does Trbojevic.
Need to confirm that Manly is in when they take possession of the ball.
Oh, he was close, but he's in. He was close, but he's in. That's as close as he got. That one there, then he comes back infield after that.
Manly are in when they take possession of the ball.
Gets Latrell Mitchell interested in him.
Now need to review the
and then
grounding.
Throws it to Jamie Lyon. Looked like Tupou was able to stop him. Guerra's there.
So we see Manly get to the in-goal area. We now need to ensure that they ground the ball.
Latrell Mitchell makes another attempt, but Lyon just swings himself around. And
Camera 7 in the top left shows the ball on the ground. Have a decision and going to the board.
You're getting good at this, Brandy. You've got a decision and we'll go to the board. Let's see what they say. It will be Manly in front. Been a while since they've led this one.
what an amazing turnaround in this game. Just when the Roosters, and the first 10 minutes of this half, the Roosters looked like they were just edging their way to victory. A try, 16-8 lead. And off the back of a mistake from a Kane Evans poor play the ball, as we look at Lyon just throw himself into the in-goal area. A very clever kick.
And I reckon there's a Manly chant here at Allianz. Good on the Manly fans who have travelled here tonight. There's a Hardy crew down there at the northern end, right where Lyon scored, and down at the southeastern corner, they're up on their feet. They're singing at the moment, and Lyon is kicking to put his side 6 points in front. Just as winning can become a habit, as the Cowboys proved last year, so can losing. The Roosters have to find a way to snap it here. Manly's in front by 6 after trailing by 8.
Bossy, I was flicking through the stats about 8 minutes ago and looked at the Eagles in terms with the football. There's 3 areas of their attack that are way off in the opening couple of rounds. Run meters, total passes and offloads. By the time I'd finished writing out the stats, they've scored 14 points in 7 minutes.
Well, now it's 125 points for the season that the Roosters have conceded. Lussick, wow, what about that? Darcy Lussick, where's the sidestep? He tries to trample Mitchell. That's just one way to get from A to B right there. He is a truck. Now Stewart out to Lewis Brown, held there by Ferguson. All the momentum is with Manly. Stewart, Walker, Trbojevic slows it up. Probably expecting a little more from the follow-up plays to the break from Lussick. Walker out at the edge of the right hand. Oh, Cherry Evans.
He's done that a lot tonight. Have to pull up on his run.
Heading into the final quarter right now of this Saturday night game at Allianz. Miles back out there. And he is wrapped up. 9 from the line. Last tackle Manly. Cherry Evans. Kick, not his best. Hastings with it. Marcel almost made it a beauty.
Well, what a barnstorming run it was from Darcy Lussick. And look at the Manly side come off the line.
Oh, yes. Manly. Oh, then Lussick's got up. More a shove than a punch. when they almost had the Roosters in goal, I don't think they've ruled line drop out. I think we were still having a Roosters play the ball, weren't we? In fact, Roosters penalty the call early.
We're done now. We're done. We're moving on. Moving out.
Well, Blake Ferguson just having a few words to Jackson Hastings.
Well done, referee Hastings and Reynolds. We're done now. Yeah, let's get on with it. We don't need the caution. Don't worry about bringing the two captains. It's boys being boys. Let's play on.
It was Brendan Elliott and Mitch Orbison who missed the tackle on Lussick. Now, if Lussick looks to his right there, he had Matt Parcell, who zoomed up in support.
Well, when the spit bridge goes up, I reckon Darcy Lussick just keeps on running across it. He just goes straight. Nothing stops him. Roosters lose it. Friend with the ball. A guilty look up. They say play on. Liu now is inside Manly territory.
Yeah, that was Jaden Nikorima who's on the field.
And across with Takiaho. And Miles there with Mateo and Trebojevic. Trebojevic's tackle count now 40 for the night. That's the highest of either side. Friend 35 for the Roosters. Moa on to Hastings. Manly's defence lifts. The Roosters need to find something here. Last tackle. Nikorima's going to try something. A kick, which has gone to the Manly in goal. Well, that's not what they wanted. 20-metre restart, 7 tackle set.
Is this the first 7 tackle set we've had tonight? I think it is. Certainly not the time that the Roosters needed it.
Manly with the ball, 22 points to 16. It is 3 tries all. But the kicking boot of Lyon has proven very handy tonight. 5 from 5. On halfway, Manly in possession. They're chasing back-to-back wins. Roosters looking for their first of the season. Cherry Evans takes off, gets it back on the deck. Parcell on the bounce. Can cause problems. Parcell a little further down the track. The scores remain the same. Maybe field goal comes right into the picture. Trebojevic up over the 30. Roosters in. Parcell. Cherry Evans inside with Leary. Not making himself an easy target with a bit of footwork there. Moa around his legs. Parcell. Cherry Evans kicks back in field. Well done, Mitchell. Great work by Latrell Mitchell. He's had some bad moments tonight, but that was good.
A dangerous situation closed down by the field position then, and the positional play of Latrell Mitchell.
Kenny Dowell has got up and over halfway. Can't link up with Tupou. Still going short, Kenny Dowell. He's like a rubber man. 35 metres out from the Manly line. The Seagulls all offside on the outside. Maybe they played advantage there. But what's the advantage on tackle number 4? Surely you give the penalty. Hastings, then away to Takiaho. He's 20 from the line. Now the maroon and white have regrouped, and they needed to. It's tense here at Allianz on Fox Sports. Last tackle. Hastings is going to bomb. Across field towards Tupou. There he goes! What a leap and catch! But not quite good enough. How high can you go?
Must hold.
Stay square.
Now, there's 2 big men out there. One of them taking the ball forward now, Tom Trebojevic, but Daniel Tupou, spectacular in the air. Just too far away from the try line to make it count. Look at that. Ooh, brilliant stuff.
Really?
Stewart in there to wrap him up. Stewart and Lyon.
Cherry Evans has got a problem. In fact, he might be going straight off here. Daly Cherry Evans. He's gone down on the 20-metre line. Manly, well, now they've lost it. Tafua has lost the ball.
I've got your scrum.
In the Liu tackle.
Play when you can.
But Cherry Evans is in a lot of difficulty here.
Do you miss that foot in there? Not another word.
Oh, he can't put any weight on that
you play it when you can. Clock's on, boys. It is now.
So Manly will wind down the clock in the scrum. The left foot is the problem for Cherry Evans. So the time clock is off. The scrum clock keeps going. But but Cherry Evans has got a real problem here.
Yeah, some weight on the back of it as he fell in the tackle.
He's gone.
Well, they're looking to strap it up, but he doesn't look good, does he?
That was the signal for the interchange, complaining of a right foot issue. Right foot was there, trapped underneath.
Well, he's hobbling. Daly Cherry Evans. He's reluctant to leave. He knows he needs something to get him going. All 4 bench players for Manly are forwards. So that's going to sit, and they've already got Lewis Brown playing centre with Steve Matai out.
Well, I think, and it looks like Teo that'll take control now. And
14 and a half to go. Are you prepared to stick with the team in front at the moment? You fancied the Roosters all day, Brendan. And they got another one in them.
they might have it. They just might have.
All right, sit at home and watch this one on Fox Sports. Just the 2 matches on Super Saturday, and they've both been thrillers. Ferguson almost through, and very close to that touchline. He has a good look at it. Slowly to his feet. Kenny Dowell, centre field, Nicarima. What about a Kenny Dowell hat-trick in game 200 to mark the occasion? Manly's defence may have something to say about that. Friend along to Hastings. Now Nicarima. Nicarima to Mitchell. They've got him turned around. Out to Tupou. Back inside. Elliott held up. On the 10-metre line. From the Manly goal line. Mitchell's the dummy half. Now they set up to the right side. Orbison, Moa. Doesn't pass to Liu. Now he does offload to Friend. On to Napa. Stands, delivers. Friend. Taukeiaho. Doesn't go to Kenny Dowell's side. Back to Hastings now. He passes to Mitchell. Takes on Lyon. Then offloads. It bounces across. Tupou's going to get there. Tupou, it may be a case of pass backwards, bounce forwards. The video bunker can't rule on it. They can't rule on a forward passer. What are you setting up for?
Review a possible obstruction in the middle.
That's all he can check. He can't check anything else.
No, he can't.
He can't say, look at the pass.
No, it was up to the touch judge or the referee to call it if they thought it was
there's no obstruction in the lead-up.
No obstruction. Hastings.
There's no disadvantage to the defensive line.
The defensive line well back when he drifted across the field, went behind Liu. The flick out from Mitchell.
Kick chasers onside. Yeah.
Somehow Daniel Tupou has been able
Roosters
to
take
control
possession
the
cleanly.
ball
We've reviewed the grounding, have a decision of going to the board.
into the in goal. Did I think the Roosters had another one in them?
Well,
yes.
well, look, at best, I'll say this about the Mitchell pass as the try is awarded. It wasn't backwards. At best, it could only be in line and then bounce forwards. Now, in the rule, that's allowed.
Just hang on.
But did it go forward? Off the head.
I'm not out here to discuss the ruling, okay? The pass is back. We've ruled on obstruction and grounding. My issue is with Nate going to my touch judge. Right, you're the captain. You're the one who goes communication, right? Did you get a good look on that forward pass? 100%. Back there, the deal's with Nate. I'm talking to you here.
And I will say in defence of the officials here, and I know Manly fans watching at the moment are blowing up, but it is a very close call. We saw it live. We've now looked at replays, and it's still a very close call.
Yeah. Well,
it definitely bounces forward a long way.
Yeah, there's no
but
doubt
it's
about
thrown
that.
Sideways. It is okay. By the letter of the rule, you've got to understand that is fair play. If he's thrown it in line with his body, it can bounce forward 20 metres. And
great.
It's play on.
Yeah, it was great touch from Daniel Tupou because the play should have ended there. But Tupou was able to get his foot to the ball. He didn't kick it too hard. He just got his foot on it.
This is for 22 all, Brandy.
Fortunate with the bounce.
His second kick in first grade. Jackson Hastings with 12 and a half minutes to go. If you're a Roosters fan right at home, if you're a Manly fan, blow at the TV now and see if you can push it off to the side. Hastings, no fade. and Manly stay in front. But my final statement on the try, I'm still not convinced. Maybe it did go forward from the hand, but I'm not going to burn the referee on such a close call. He's got to make a decision with one look live.
Gee, they'd love a couple of those out in the field now, trailing by 2. Pearce, Maria Hargreaves, Boyd Cordner, ball due back about the same time. Boyd Cordner said round 8, he's hopeful of. Mitchell Pearce in round 9. Maria Hargreaves not much after that.
None of those really top-line goal kickers, though, are they?
Well, Latrell Mitchell had been the goal kicker for the Roosters. Coming into this game, he hasn't had a kick. Taukeaho has kicked the ball.
Well, he only kicked 2 from 6 against Canberra, didn't he, in round 2?
That's right, but he was the kicker.
Napa. Oh, Napa's lost it. And it's Rob. Oh, then they say strip. Well, how tense is all of this? Every call is line ball at the moment.
Yeah.
11 to go. 22 plays, 20.
Well, every call will be critical.
What do you make of this one?
Well, I don't know. I didn't see a Manly hand in there. That doesn't mean there wasn't one.
That's right. You've got to make a call. You've got to go one way or the other.
Well, that's right.
So, piggyback upfield, Roosters with the ball. There is a stack of time to go. 10.5 minutes remaining with Napa now. Onto his back he goes, 20 metres out from the line. Friend, now it's the Roosters chant. Most definitely here. Liu nicely onto Nikorima. Brilliant tackle by Lewis Brown right there. That's the tackle they needed to shut it down, still on the 20. Friend to Liu. Isaac will cop that tackle again. Brown's there. Starling and Lussick. Friend left side. Hastings steadies. Mitchell. Lyons got him. Mitchell decides to pass. Elliott with the ball. Elliott, oh, he's hurt, is he? No, he just fell straight down.
Yeah, he is hurt.
Well, he's not right. Elliott may just be cramped. I don't know. Hastings kicks across field. Up goes Ferguson. Oh, they needed that, the Roosters. Knock on against the Sydney side.
It was
Manly ball.
Yeah, Lewis Brown underneath him again. Dylan Walker was happy to sit back and wait for Blake Ferguson to have a play at that, and it almost backfired.
And I can confirm it was just cramped for Elliott. He's up, he's okay. Manly with the ball. It's hard to get 2 competition points when you're struggling. Manly noses in front, having scored a hard-fought win on Monday night against the Sharks.
And they're down to 15. Vossi, Daly Cherry Evans will not be back. That right ankle/foot injury not permitting him to get back out on the field.
Okay then, so no Cherry Evans. Very makeshift. Manly, Parcell, 10 metres made, 10 valuable metres, maybe a few more there. They're 38 away from the Roosters line. Now we're inside the final 9. Saturday night right here on Fox Sports. Stewart across to Brown. Brown not quite the speed of some other setters. Gets himself inside the Roosters 20. Last tackle Manly. Stewart, who's the playmaker here? It's Walker. Walker decides to run, little kick. It's coming up, not knocked on by Nikorima.
Hit him in the head.
And then hit in the head while on the ground by Nate Miles.
Right.
Roosters not happy with this.
Well, neither would Manly be either.
Hit him in the head.
It wasn't a great kick from Dylan Walker, but they've got the Roosters down this end of the field, and as Nikorima dives for the ball,
well, it is rugby league. He's on the ground. You've got to finish off the tackle, don't you?
Those sort of things happen every second set, but in slow motion didn't look good because it looked very late, but Nikorima off a short ball from Sam Moa, but still the penalty wasn't required from Manly. They had them down this end and it's an easy out.
In all of this, I've not taken much notice of the penalty count. Roosters fans can't believe it. They lead the penalties 9-3 tonight. There's Liu. That might be a first time in history they've got a 3-to-1 ratio. Hastings across. Nikorima. Taukeaho. Brown is there again. He's made 18 tackles now tonight, Lewis Brown. Friend and Hastings. Still Manly hang on. Plenty of spirit with the Seagulls as well. 22 metres from the line. Last tackle, Roosters, Hastings. This kick, stab bomb to Tupou. Throws it hard. Mitchell's got it off Elliott. Mitchell's got another kick in. It's ricocheted for Orbison. Still the last tackle. Orbison! What a pass! Orbison to Mitchell!
I have not played out.
Mitchell to Mitchell!
I have tackled
Mitch
6.
Orbison!
I have a no try.
Oh, hang on!
It's a ball after the rebound.
Oh, it's all over
Whether
the
he's
place.
onside or offside.
But even if it's no try, Mitchell Orbison, maybe
The kick chase on the
Superman.
left-hand side is onside from the first kick.
Let's just go through what happened here. Daniel Tupou, a great leap again by the big
Roosters
winger.
take possession cleanly, and
Now-
the ball is all back.
Back, Mitchell. Latrell Mitchell is behind. Even though he has to reach back, he was still behind as the ball touched Brendan Elliott. There's the kick. Now, the kick into Jamie Lyon.
Need to review the play to determine whether the Roosters are onside from the second kick.
And the man you're looking for is Mitch Orbison, who takes it, unless you want to call Daniel Tupou offside because he's in front of the kicker. But Mitch Orbison regathers this rebound off Jamie Lyon. Now, I'm saying Mitch Orbison is onside.
But then, of course, they have to make a determination. Can Tupou then come into the play? Gee, they're having some troubles on the buttons running the tape in the bunker.
Looking to determine whether Mitch Orbison is onside or offside. He needs to have both feet behind the ball to be onside.
I think he's onside. I think he's got both feet behind where the ball makes contact with Latrell Mitchell's green boot.
Manly haven't had much go their way tonight. And this is a very close call again. Orbison, what about this skill? I mean, this is Ray Price at his best, the spin.
If we get this far, now they're still making their mind up whether they think Orbison has both feet behind the kicker.
Having reviewed the available angles based on the live decision, we have a decision and going to the board.
Well, here we go.
They're going to rule that Mitch Orbison's offside.
All right. Well, this is the decision. Well, you can that I've said they've had some calls not go their way Manly, because that's a big one to go their way there. I couldn't say that was in any way conclusive. You only need sufficient evidence, not 100%.
The man on field said no try.
So if he
That's what
says
was
try,
worried
it's a
about.
try, is it?
Well, no.
If they say try, he's onside.
No. Well, I don't think so, and it's hard to draw a line across the field, isn't it? That's what we might need to get to.
Again,
drawing lines.
Very tough. I'm not about to burn the officials on such a close call, in such a close match. But I will not forget the work of Orbison, even though it's a no try. It was something special. Manly with the ball. 6.5 to go. 2 points the difference. Nail-biter down at Canberra earlier today. Seagulls find themselves back. Roosters end of the field. Mateo with it. Got himself straight past Guerra. He's always got skill for Lenny Mateo. Last play for Manly. Parcell. Walker, remembering they're doing this without Cherry Evans. Mitchell up. Oh, what a take. Mitchell with a ball for the Roosters. Comes good for them.
Yeah, he did end up with it. He did a terrific job. Brett Stewart chasing that kick. A lot of pressure on the young fullback to come up with a big play, and he was up to it.
So Roosters still trailing and down deep in their own territory. Kenny Dow with it. Yes, he can offload. Got it there to Elliott. But still they're inside their 20. Kenny Dow will go for another run. Gets it up to the 30 for the Roosters. But that is the last tackle. Tough set for them. And all they can do is kick deep out of trouble. Hastings kick. Long down to Stewart. Able to get a nice bounce that set up. Across to Tafua. Now George is with the ball and he's over the 30. Manly can go one set closer to victory here.
They looked tight in that set, the Roosters. They really battled to get 20 metres in their 5 tackles before Hastings had to kick from deep within his own territory.
Lewis Brown trapped there by Nikorima right on halfway. Now it's Brett Stewart with it. Hasn't played a big role tonight, Brett Stewart, despite Manly being in front. Parcell, Varvey's been really good. 12 tackles, a dozen hit-ups as well. And there's another very good one. 30 metres away from the line. Last again for Manly. Mateo's the kicker this time. Just a little stab through. Tupou lunges down to get it. But again, it's a set that starts deep down Roosters' end. Mitchell with the ball. Mitchell inside the final 5 now. Yeah, you saw this coming. You saw this sort of finish coming from very early.
How good has he been tonight? Sean Kenny-Dow. Not only has he scored a couple of tries, but he's no Rooster has run the ball more times than Kenny-Dow in this game.
Sam Moa, Kenny-Dow with 2 tries as well. Good work, Manly defence. They get him onto his back. That's tackle number 4. Friend on to Guerra. Guerra's over halfway. He's allowed to run a long way. Walker's got him down. Now it's the last. They're 35 from the Manly line. Nicarima to Hastings. Bombs high. Out towards Trebojevic. He's got this one. Cool as a cucumber. Back comes Trebojevic. 3.5 to go. Saturday night at Allianz. Plenty of football to come up.
Big shot.
Oh, he's lost the ball. It's come up with Friend. Tafua lost it. Kenny-Dow with it. Now they get their shot. Well, there's probably a penalty. Penalty waiting to happen here. 0 tackle it was. Moa's with the ball for the Roosters. 15 out from the line. 22 plays 20. Check the clock. 3 to go. Mitchell, quick hands. Then Elliott on the bounce. Tupou juggles it 3 times. Gets through the high tackle at Trebojevic. And that is tackle number 2. Roosters chasing a first win for the season. The minor premiers of the last 3 years on the ropes. Napa to play it. Jake Friend in front of the Manly post. Here's Hastings. Oh, flat. Guerra's put it down. Brown is up with it and he's off and running. Lewis Brown over halfway. Roped in by Ferguson. I reckon that's as far as Lewis wanted to run.
Well, it was a ball that Aiden Guerra was never set for, and he should have been. Jackson Hastings drifting across the field. He needed Guerra as an option, and he didn't give him one.
Now Trebojevic. Manly can close it out with 2 to go. Score or get a repeat set at the end of this. Here is Walker. Always dangerous. Now across field, toying with the defence. Walker finished off there by Moa. How quickly are they? 5 from the line. Walker, I think unhappy with the legs tackle and all of that from Sam Moa. Parcell, Mateo, little pump, now run. Mateo is held. That's a 4th for Manly. 90 seconds to go. He's up to his feet like he's been hit by a sledgehammer. Stewart, he won't kick there. Almost obstruction. Across it comes to Burgess. Burgess will take them all on.
Get off him square.
This is the big play right now. Parcell, Manly left. Stewart doesn't get a kick away. It's not fatal. Change over, 8 metres out.
I'm sure Manly would rather that than a 7 tackle set, and having players in
He tells you
position
to push up, marker, stay square.
to try and thread it through the gap that aren't used to that sort of kick. Well, I'd be happy if I was Trent Barrett. With a minute to go.
Minute we go, Brandy. 22-20. You're watching it live on Fox Sports. They have battled away these 2 sides tonight. Manly on the end of a 9-4 penalty count, without Cherry Evans to finish the match as well. Guerra to play it from his own 30. Hastings, Kenny-Dow with another run. Right across field he goes. Kenny-Dow got away from Leary. Scrambles through the tackle of Mateo. Then back to Liu. Now to Napa. Someone's got to run upfield. Liu's got it again. He offloads on the bounce off Mitchell. Picked up by Hastings. Up to halfway.
They need a miracle.
Where does it come from? Nicarima. He'll try and provide it. Batted on by Guerra. Kafua's got the ball for Manly. And what a gallant win by the Seagulls tonight. I know the Roosters haven't got a win this season, but that has been gutsy from Manly as well tonight. How good is the footy on this Easter weekend? 3 tries, in fact 4 tries to 3 to the Roosters, but Manly emerged the winner. The Roosters, the mighty Roosters, minor premiers 3 straight years, are 0-4 in 2016. Full time at Allianz, Manly 22, the Roosters 20.